All right, I hope you guys are doing awesome out there. Again, we're going to go ahead and just talk about the holiday season. The holiday season, you want to keep in mind, I told you on the last video, you want to keep in mind, check yourself and put your feelings aside and your push and pull issues with the other parent, put them aside. And that goes for both sides, both parents, the one that has the child all the time, the one that does not have the child all the time. Put those issues aside because the child needs to see you happy. I want to elaborate just from the last video that we had, or that I had, is the child. I want to focus really on the child in this video. The child did not ask to come into this world. You brought them into this world. So you owe them to show them and guide them love, respect. You need to nurture them, all those wonderful things. We owe them. The parents owe them. Okay? They don't owe us nothing if you really want to come down to it. And a lot of parents will say other things and this of that, but that's what the gist of it. So when you're sharing your negativity that you have with the other parent right in front of that child, and I'm talking about the holiday season, and I'm talking about switching the child from one parent to the next or visiting during that time, when you show them that, you're showing them a destructive side of you, a side that has not been fixed from the generation prior. Because you didn't attack it and you didn't fix it does not mean that you need to leak that on to the next child for the next generation to be just as fucked up. With all due respect, there is no reason for you to continue that cycle of abuse. And again, I stress, it goes for both sides, both parents. Because we can both be wrong, and many times we want to think that we're right, but we're not. So that child is seeing this. That child is seeing this destructive side of you, and they love you so much. You can do no wrong in their eyes, that they become to follow those habits, and they become that type of person that you are showing them to be. It's not right. Stop it. Fix yourself. Fix that part that needs to be fixed, because we don't need to continue the cycle of abuse for the next generation down. Let me tell you something that my current ex-wife still does not get, and she's a very smart woman. She's a very smart woman, and I praise her a lot for a lot of good things. I have learned to let go of the pain. I just talked to her yesterday, and I told her that I loved her and I respected her. I appreciate her. She has done me so wrong. She has done me incredibly wrong. But I've talked to her on other videos before, but I'm not here to talk about it right now because I've learned to let it go. If I saw her right now, I'd give her a big old hug and wish her happy holidays. I hope she was doing good. Learn to let go. Because that stress, that pain is just going to eat you alive, and it's going to destroy you from the inside out. That's what anger does. One thing that she has not learned yet, and maybe she just enjoys being a little spiteful at times, but it is probably the most dangerous and destructive towards the child, and I wish that she could fix this part of her. And so I share this with you. I've tried to explain to her, and in a different way, other than just being kind of like, hey, you this, you that. I'm not that type of person towards her, and so I do the best I can to help her understand. But what I do is I want to explain this to you, so I'm going to try to do it the best I can, so help you understand. The child, when they're in the presence of the two most important people that they love in this world, the two most important people that they've come to see and that they've known, and they call mom and dad, those things are sacred to them. Calling you a mom or calling you a dad, it's sacred, and you will forever be in their hearts, and they don't even realize it at their young age. But you're forever in their hearts, and they love you and respect you and appreciate you so much. And when you come into all within the same room and you're all in the same presence of each other, when a child loves that parent so much, but somebody hurts that parent right in front of that child feels helpless. They feel helpless, like they can't protect or save the person that they love so much and is so important to them. They don't want to see that person hurt. They want to protect them. And that goes for both sides. You know, my ex-wife will destroy me in front of my daughter. And she'll do it in a very, very narcissistic, very, like a friendly way. She cuts you down and puts you down in a friendly way, nonchalantly, like she's being really cool about it. I can't remember the word for it I'm trying to use here. But then my daughter will see that, and my daughter's face goes from, my daughter's me. She looks like me. We look like each other. She came from me. Her face goes like this and starts to get really confused, and she goes like this, and and this is the face that she looks like. Like, oh my gosh. The things that are coming out of that person's mouth, my ex-wife's mouth, is doing that. And that look on that child's face is hurt. It's damaging to her. And that's what she doesn't realize. I want to share that with you too. There is no reason for you to continue that cycle of abuse that you did not fix or others implemented upon you, and sharing it with the next generation to bring him down. You're just continuing the cycle of abuse. It needs to stop. That child loves that parent. You know that you love your mom so much, right? You love your dad. You love your parent so much. You would hate to see somebody talk down to them or hurt them. So why would you do that to that child's parent? You have to think about it that way. They don't want to see that. That child does not want you. You're hurting that child. And guess what? That child is yours. Belongs to you. So you're only hurting yourself, and you're hurting that time that precious time that you may be salvaging to keep later down the road. All right, guys, my video is about to end. I wish you guys all the best. Take care. Happy holidays. Make it work.